Hey, I'm Nate Savage, and I want to ask you a question. Are you frustrated with your strumming on the guitar? Well, we've all been there at some point to some degree, whether it's those pesky upstrokes that keep getting caught in the strings, feeling like you'll just never be able to play 16th note strumming patterns, at the speed that they need to be at, not being able to figure out strumming patterns on your own, your timing or feel, or just having a general sense that your strumming is kind of sterile and boring, and it just needs some life in it. If any of those things sound familiar, I have the solution for you. Welcome to the Strumming Doctor. This course came about because of a survey we did with our Guitar Fam members, and the number one thing that kept popping up over and over again for the most people was strumming. And if there's anything that teaching guitar for the past 20 plus years has taught me, it's to separate the challenge out when you're having a problem with something. That way you can focus on that one thing and you'll see noticeable improvement in it over time. That's why I wanted to separate out the challenge of strumming in this course so you can focus on it and get it down once and for all. Now, realistically, you cannot separate strumming from timing, so we're also going to be focusing on timing throughout this course, but in the beginning we're going to separate out the challenge of strumming and timing by themselves and then bring them together once you have the basics down and kill two giants with one stone. Now, the first module of this course is free for everyone, so if you're watching on YouTube, that's great, or you can go to guitarfam.com and create a complimentary account to have a little bit better experience there. But you might be wondering, okay, exactly what am I going to learn throughout this course? Well, here's what you can expect to work on and master throughout these lessons. First off, we're going to take a look at your technique so you can make your strumming as smooth, efficient, and relaxed and easy as possible. This is also going to help you with those pesky upstrokes that plague so many beginners. That's really hard to get through the strings, so they don't bottleneck your progress with your strumming in general. We're also going to look at gaining control over your timing and feel. That's a really important one, because if something's not in time, you can be playing the coolest stuff in the world, but it's not in time and you don't have control over that. What's the point of it? We're also going to take a look at 8th note strumming patterns and something called the constant strumming technique, which is the key to being able to figure out the strumming patterns in your favorite songs and make up your own strumming patterns and parts. And once we have all this stuff down and we kind of cumulatively work on this, we're going to take a look at the dreaded 16th note strumming patterns. And kind of in conjunction with that, at the same time, we'll take a look at building speed with your strumming too. And don't let this psych you out. Anybody can play 16 notes if you go through all the steps we're going to be going through here. In addition to that, we're going to take a look at bringing your strumming to life through things like accents, dynamics, individual bass notes, and muted strums. These elements will take your playing from just, kind of boring, stale strumming patterns to actual parts that sound interesting and vibrant. As we go through all of these things, we'll also take a look at how to figure out the strumming patterns in your favorite songs, so you can do that by ear. And probably most importantly, we'll take a look at how to apply all of these things to a lot of really popular easy songs so you can use them in a real world context and make some great music. There are loads of easy songs here on the Guitar Fam site that you can apply all of these things to. This is a guided course in every sense of the word, and by that I mean that it's just ultra progressive and step by step. So when you watch one of the lessons, you need to be able to perform everything in that lesson before moving on to the next one. And the cool thing about this is you have not only the lesson video, but you also have a guided practice session video for each lesson. So you learn what you need to work on in the lesson, and then you learn how to work on it in a guided practice session. And this may take you a week to get down for a certain lesson. It may take you a month to get down for a certain lesson, but that doesn't matter. The important thing is you know exactly what to work on and how to work on it and exactly when to move on. So that's just a quick rundown of what you can expect to learn throughout the Strumming Doctor course. And if you're watching this on YouTube or some other platform, let me just encourage you, go to guitarfam.com and create your complimentary account. You'll be able to go through the entire first module, and you'll be able to watch and use the practice sessions for each lesson too. So keep us updated on your progress as you work through these lessons. And if you have any questions that pop up, you can always email us support@guitarfam.com. And if you're really struggling with something, you're like, I just don't get this, it's not clicking, you can always schedule a personal private one-on-one lesson with me. The first one is complimentary, so there is no risk. I'll be looking forward to meeting you if you choose to do that. The Strumming Doctor is the cure to your strumming problems if you're willing to put in the work. I'll see you in the first lesson.